Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, good middle of the night. I hope everyone's doing well. It's Wednesday, 3 o'clock where I am in Montreal. I'm going to play a couple of songs now. I've got a very special guest who's joining me. Very excited about. I'm going to start with one called Grace. Let me know where you're watching from. Calmly in the face of the wreckage that you rode. Storm Mountain, the copper beach, the couch is still. We tell ourselves that nothing ever changed so much. I see it all, the grace that you hold. You send me out in the cold, to cold top, as much as you'd ever hold. Is it enough? Infinite is sin. Don't ever cast a stone before you. All of us are fickle and unmourned. At least you're not all the things you're not. Could there be anything that you would rather hear so much? I see it all, grace that you stole. You send me out in the cold, to cold told, as much as you'd ever hold. You send me out, you send me out in the cold. It's not enough. That's Grace. There's something going on here. For some reason, the YouTube chat isn't going into the chat on the screen, so I apologize for all of the folks who are watching on YouTube. You're just getting the Facebook comments up there. You're in charge, Facebook. Don't mess this up. I'm going to play another one here called All We Know from the last record. I saw the requests in there from Zern for Shapes. Yeah, let's see if I can, if there's anything at all that I can do about said chat issue. I don't know. There's so many things going on because this is broadcasting on Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube. So if for whatever reason you prefer one of those services to the one that you're actually watching on, then you can move. But yeah, I'm gonna play one called All We Know and then bring in our special guest. I can see the YouTube comments even though they're not coming on the screen, so I will respond to those in good time. This is All We Know. what's wrong. Got a head without words, the flag from the start. It's not as much as you like, but it's more than enough. Thank you very much. Been raised and the folly has crumbled. You can leave when you like. The holes in the doors haven't changed. You find only finding an easily ascent. You pride in these misleading notions. That's all we know. Yeah, seems to have got the comments working somehow there. Anyway, I'm very excited because I'm going to bring in a very special guest now. His name is Mr. Andrew Powell, and he's from the band Wishbone. Andy, welcome. How are you doing?
Tim, thank you very much, and I'm doing good. Thank you for keeping music live, even if it's over the internet.
It's live. It's maybe like 2 or 3 seconds delayed.
Oh, okay. All right.
It's essentially live. It's just like standing really far away from the stage.
Really far.
Yeah, you're in Connecticut at the moment, is that right?
I am, yes, where I've lived for about 36, 37 years.
Okay.
And yeah, we're in Montreal. Montreal.
Yeah, we were just discussing right before we started the broadcast that you had a crazy storm yesterday, and we did last night as well. So I guess it's we're pretty close. The weather is moving from me to you, or from you to me.
I think it generally moves across, doesn't it? Across the States or America or whatever you want to call that big slab of land, and it moves across the Atlantic. And my friends in England, they always tell me they get our weather about 3 days later, but it's usually much weaker.
Yeah, well, they can look forward to a nice rainy few days, I suppose.
Definitely.
But yeah, I'm so glad you were up for doing this, for coming on and playing a few shows. My brother Joseph plays with you with Wishbone Ash, and obviously you're all kind of on hold for that at the moment.
Furlough or something? I don't know. But
have you been furloughed?
At least when it refers to musicians. But yeah, Joe is a great friend and been in the band for many years now. So in excess of a decade. So it feels like a family affair.
Yeah.
Kind of incestuous. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think I don't know if you know quite this story or if this is if you were even aware of this at the time, but I think I almost got him fired right before he began in the band because I wasn't aware of the size and the dedicatedness. Is that a right word? Dedication. The dedication of the Wishbone Ash fans, and I think it was about was it about 12 years ago or something?
Yeah, about 12
something
years,
like that. And he told me that he joined the band, and I was really excited about it. So I went on Wikipedia and I altered the Wishbone Ash Wikipedia page to say
you were able to do that.
to say Joseph is the drummer. And then there was just like this deluge of like Wishbone Ash fans who were like, what? How do we not know about this new drummer? And yeah, I think I maybe put him in trouble.
No, that's cool though. I like that. Sort of like a worm in the machine there. I was like, hey, that's cool. That's power. That's real power. Yeah, well, with Joe, initially it was, we had a drummer by the name of Mike Sturgis who played with Asia and a couple of other great bands. And it was he that recommended I needed a good drummer. And he said, this guy plays the most like me, and I can recommend him. And I literally hired Joe sight unseen based on Mike's recommendation, and it's proved to be amazing. Actually, been a really great partnership.
Yeah, it's a long-lasting one. But you've been keeping yourself busy playing songs over in Connecticut, and we can talk about your Patreon in a little bit. But maybe you can play as a song to begin with.
Okay. So, this is really interesting. Normally, as we talked earlier, I mean, rock it's a sort of requires this massive outburst of huge amount of energy with the touring and then the loud amplifiers. So, this being an intimate session, I thought I'd play an intimate sort of acoustic style song, which is actually quite appropriate because it's autumnal. In terms of the lyrics. So it's called Leaf and Stream, and it's on you can find it on the most popular Wishbone Ash album, which is Argus from back in 1972. But we still play it occasionally on stage, so I'll do that one.
Wonderful.
All right.
Andy Powell, everybody.
Here we go. All right. Leaf and Stream. I find myself beside a stream of empty thought, like a leaf that's fallen to the ground, carried by the flow of water to my dreams. I can only by your sound. Alone I've walked this path for many years. Listen to the wind that calls my name. The weeping trees of yesterday, they look so sad. Await your breath of spring again. Far beyond the hills, where earth and sky will meet again, a shadow like an open hand. Control the secrets that I've yet to find. I wonder at the light in which they stand. I find myself beside a stream of empty thoughts, like a leaf that's fallen to the ground, carried by the flow of water to my dreams. I walk only by your sound. Far beyond the hills, where earth and sky will meet again, a shadow like an open hand. all the secrets found out, yet to find a wonder at the height in which they stand, in which they stand.
Woo! The great thing about being a guest is that you get applauded. You get to hear applause, I suppose.
All right.
Wonderful. So yeah, that was an older piece for you, but you've been your project of late in this lockdown has been setting up a Patreon amongst other things, right? Do you want to tell us a little bit about that?
Well, when I first learned about Patreon, number one, I couldn't say the word. I was like, "Is it Patreon? Is it what is it?" It was really confusing to me, you know. But and then I sort of dug into it, and I realized they based the concept on the fact that artists are always patronized, right? I mean, back centuries ago, it was always kings and queens and people, the church or whatever, would come up with the money because it takes money to produce music. So essentially, in the lockdown, this company Patreon has thrived because it brings patrons in to basically sponsor you. And I just thought it was a way to keep things going in some basic fashion, you know, over the internet, rather like yourself, you know. And so it's basically, so it's a means for people to sort of get involved in a little bit behind the scenes, you know. So in my case, it's 4 tiers of membership. And okay, and so essentially, oh god, it's gonna kill us. All right. Okay, this is live.
We didn't do the tech check for what happens if the landline rings.
Well, you know, it's really weird. I actually unplugged the phone up here, but it's coming out from somewhere in the room. So anyway,
I think we've been rescued.
As a patron, you get to join, and so I produce a series of videos, you know, and some of them are quite general, just actually going around my neighborhood and telling the story of, because, you know, the band itself has a lot of history in Connecticut. So I've been like this roving reporter, you know, I make these videos, and my son Ainsley, actually, he helps edit them because that's beyond my technical proficiency. And it's actually been really interesting, you know, we're starting to get some members in that. And it's just working in a completely different medium, as is this.
Mm-hmm.
And I think actually it's kind of neat to be taken out of your comfort zone and still doing something creative, but, you know, it's living on the edge a little bit.
Yeah.
You can call the internet the edge. I don't know if you heard that. There's a great story by, Dave Grohl from the Foo Fighters. And I don't know if in Canada whether they have this product called a Ring doorbell. Do you know about that?
I'm not sure.
Okay, well, if you want some home security, you can buy this thing called a Ring doorbell, which is actually a doorbell and a video camera. And he said, my entire rock career has now been distilled to the video on a Ring doorbell, and it's a bit like that, you know, for rock players, you know.
Yeah.
You know, you get the idea, but
it's hard to get the real visceral experience with of a full rock band over an internet connection.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to post that link to your Patreon in the YouTube chat. So if anybody is interested, they can go along to that. But you're going to play as another one, right? We've got something else lined up.
I've got this beast of a guitar here. I acquired this from a neighbor of mine. She's about 86, I think. Myrna, her name is. She lives along the street, and sadly her husband passed away, and he was a big folkie in the 60s. He loved folk music, so she said, I've got this Martin 12-string. It was his. He bought it in 1963. Are you interested? So my wife was at a Tai Chi class. She met Myrna, and we went round to Myrna's house, suitably socially distanced, and she let me have this guitar.
Wow.
And funnily enough, I saw on your stream on Facebook that somebody had mentioned that you play your own songs and you also do covers when the mood hits you. And so I think you're a bit of a Donovan fan, aren't you?
I am actually not that up on Donovan. I've had some Donovan requests, and I've been meaning to
Ah,
dig in. I've heard a little bit, but I don't really I don't really know the catalog.
oh, yeah, I'm a big. He became the original hippie and went to India with the Beatles. Actually, he was one of the only other recording stars that went out there with them. But yeah, Donovan's great. So anyway, this is a kind of a 60s folky thing. It's called, and it's all about leaving. Well, actually, it's very apropos for any musician because, as you know, you tour, right? You tour a lot, or you used to,
I did.
and it's always about arriving and leaving, and
Hmm.
then with
Hmm.
maybe a 2 hour period in the middle where you actually get to play some music. So this is cool. And so this is all about leaving. But it's set in Wales. It was written in Wales. We were ensconced in this country cottage and required to produce this album, which was the fourth album that we produced as a band. So we were in the Beacons, and so this one is called Ballad of the Beacon. Okay.
Lovely.
We'll be leaving this town in the morning. Tomorrow we'll be able to see. Have me enough of the sea. She's had enough out of me. Say if I climb to the mountain, will you still follow me there? Steal me away in an echo. The mountains will always be there. While I'm turning my sights on the country, so everything that I own, heading away from the gunslights, looking for where the wind blows. Say if I climb to the mountain, will you still follow me there? Steal me away in an echo. The mountains will always be there. We'll be leaving this town in the morning. Tomorrow we'll be able to see. Had me enough of this city. She's had enough out of me. So if I climb to the mountain, will you still follow me there? Steal me away in an echo. The mountains will always be there.
Woo!
Got a little bit lost in the
Nice.
middle.
That was great. We're getting lots of images of hands, the
Okay.
visual applauses or washing hand symbols.
Yes.
And I don't think I mentioned yet today, but 50% of the donations every week go to the guest. There is a support link that is in the video text on Facebook, on Twitter. Not Twitter. This isn't on Twitter. On Facebook, on YouTube. On Twitch, there's a donations button. I'm just going to post the link in the chat as well. So please support if you can. That was fantastic, Andy. This has been so lovely to have you on here. And I hope that you will do more of this, because I know that your fans wanna hear from you while you're out there. So
I'm watching you very closely, and I'm very impressed with the way you're doing this. And yeah, for all of us, it's just completely different. I would just love it if there was some way that we could actually do it as a band. But
yeah,
band members are all on different continents. I'm here, Joseph's out on the West Coast, Mark is in Yorkshire, and Bob, until very recently, our bass player, was in Spain. So I think you were telling me yesterday that we haven't quite got the tech together for that yet. But
yeah, hopefully soon. I believe there's people working on it so that you would be able to record all at the same time. But
it would be awesome.
Yeah, it would help. It would make a difference, I think.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, so yeah, your Patreon link, I put that in the YouTube thing and there's also in the YouTube description a link to a Spotify playlist that has all of the guests you've played on here before. So there's a Wishbone Ash track on there. But yeah, follow Andy. Wishbone Ash is on Facebook, Twitter, yeah. I imagine.
Yeah, we're there. The website is wishboneash.com to see how our dates are being rescheduled. And I will just say that on Patreon, I break it down into 4 tiers. So I even do like one-on-one sessions with people, like where we get more into. So one tier is called Sing Out the Song, which is all about vocalizing, singing, and writing songs as you do. Some of the tips I've picked up, and then Me and My Guitar. It's the title of a song. And we just get into a little bit heavier electric guitar playing, which is really where I'm at. But so acoustic guitars, it's something I do, but not very often. So yeah, but thanks
Special
for that.
occasions.
I appreciate the opportunity, Tim. Thank you so much.
Yeah, it's wonderful. So thank you, Andy. We're gonna say goodbye now, and
Bye,
see you soon.
Thanks
I hope.
For watching. Cheers.
Yeah, take care.
Bye bye.
That was Andy Powell, everybody, from Wishbone Ash. I'm just gonna say goodbye to him here on the Zoom meeting. Yeah, that was so cool to be able to get Andy on. I'm glad that we have a relationship after. Yeah, I nearly spoiled my brother's chances of getting in the band. I am gonna play a few more for you. I had some requests. I had a request from Abby in New Jersey for an old Neil Young song called Harvest Moon. Which is very appropriate, as she mentioned, because it is the harvest moon tomorrow, which is the full moon that happens closest to the equinox. And I was doing a little bit of reading on it, and apparently around about that time of year, because of the way the nights are getting longer and what am I trying to say here? The nights are getting longer, and just like the way that the moon orbits, blah, 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 you get a few nights in a row where the moon rises very close to sunset. And it's really useful for the harvest because because you're getting that little bit of extra light in the early evening from the moon. So it was really good for the harvest, which I didn't know about. So that's the significance of the harvest moon. So I'm going to play that for Abby in New Jersey, I believe. Whoa, and it's a moon festival in Taipei as well, in Taiwan. Is that across the whole country, when you? I also forgot to mention, feel free to share the video. There's a share button on Facebook and YouTube if you want people to know about what's going on on Villeneuve West in Montreal. Then they can find out there. But yeah, I'm gonna play Harvest Moon for Abby and anyone else who likes it, because it's a nice song. Come a little bit closer. hear what I have to say. Just like children sleeping, we could dream this night away. But there's a full moon rising, let's go dancing in the night. Know where the music's playing, let's go out and feel the night. Because I'm still in love with you, I wanna see you dance again. Because I'm still in love with you on this harvest moon. When we were strangers, I watched you from afar. When we were lovers, I loved you with all my heart. And now it's getting late, and the moon is climbing high. I wanna celebrate, wanna see it in your eyes. Because I'm still in love with you, I wanna see you dance again. Because I'm still in love with you on this harvest moon. On this harvest moon. On this harvest moon. That was shaky. Mr. Neil Young. Feel free to fire away with requests. I have a few more things lined up. That one was for Abby again in New Jersey. And to Hervé Parent, you're very welcome for this amazing gift. I'm glad you enjoyed it. It was great to have Andy on. I'm gonna play another cover. This is another request. This time from Zern in Hanover. He gets a lot of request love because he makes a lot of requests. But this one was a new one from me. This is a Julie Doiron song. If I remember where I put my plectrum. Oh yeah, and also last week I was we had Tanya Davis on, a poet, singer-songwriter, and we showed the video for this animation that she'd recently made about kind of like coping in lockdown, and yeah, the connection that it shows that we all have when we realize how messed up we get when we are not able to be connected. But I mentioned how where am I going here? That the thing that I was most happy about with the video that we did together about 10 years ago called How to Be Alone was that there was a shot of our toilet in our house. We filmed some of it in our house, and then this was shown like on national news, and you never see a TV never see a TV. You never see a toilet on TV or in a movie or anything like that. So it actually happens, and it's my toilet. I felt very proud, so I just wanted to give you a little flash of that from the video. So here's a little clip of it. You know, stairs, very nice. Oh, there's the toilet. And for anyone who missed it, it was very quick. Definite like blink and you'll miss it moment. Look at that. Toilet, national TV. Anyway, back to business. Other business for Zern. Keep your requests coming in. Let me know if you're watching on Twitch. I see a lot of folks on Facebook and YouTube, but I'm very intrigued by the realms of Twitch. So let me know if you're out there. This is called Sweeter, and it's by Julie Dwaron. Sweeter, sweetener, sweeter, sweeter. Sure is nice to see you. You look good these days. Talking's not so easy. I wish I had more to say. And you turn away, and I wonder, was it something I said? What can I do to make this change? Your smile is a sweetener. It really makes my day. And you get sweeter and sweeter in every possible way. You turn away, and I wonder, was it something I said? What can I do to make this change? Julie Dwaron, everybody. How's everybody doing out there anyway? We're kind of entering a second lockdown here in Montreal, which is a little bit hard to see, but you know, hopefully we see some impact from that. Hopefully we see the case numbers start to go down again, because they've been rising pretty heavily. So yeah, expect a lot more of this, a lot more of streaming from home. I love how 2 people noticed that the poster got trimmed. This is the kind of stuff that is going to keep us going over the winter. It's just going to be every week on this show, there's going to be a spot the difference. Something's going to change in the background. There's a few other things that other people haven't noticed as well that have changed. You don't get anything if you spot things, by the way. But you know, something to focus on. So I'm going to do another request here. This is from More Posters, Correct One You. 50 points. Oh, sorry, Anna, One You beat you to it. Different camera angle, very good. Orm. The new camera angle is hiding Orm, but you know, it's going to change week to week. This is a request from Anna from last week. And it's a special version of a track called Shapes, which is from the new album and is one of my personal favorites. It's about tying yourselves up in knots and then putting it on someone else's head, blaming those knots on someone else's head, tying knots in their hair with yourself. Okay. I think everything's good to go here. Always faffing around here. Faffing around. Gonna put this other camera on. You pull me into shapes that I can't get out of. I can't get out of. You pull me into shapes that I can't get out of. I can't get out of. Less is more, and you want it to be. Follow it down. There's an end to this stream, held aloft in the dying of spring. How to pretend that you don't mean a thing? You pull me into shapes that I can't get out of. I can't get out of. You pull me into shapes that I can't get out of. I can't get out of. Stretched linen clothes, nothing stays without staying. Wait for the pour to get out into the rain. The pour never came. Now the sky's almost clear. Not laying blame for the following steer. That was Shapes for Anna. Your people are spotting other differences. Good work. Yes, framed picture behind some other posters. And Andy Powell is in the chat, so fire away. If anybody has any questions for Andy, hit him with them, because he's right there. I'm going to make that camera go away now. I'm going to play... I've got, I think, 2 or 3 more lined up, but there's still room for requests. Yep, that was Anna's Fancy Shapes. That's the new name for that one. I know we've got a couple of folks watching in Germany, and I think I saw Mainz. I know Zern's over in Hanover. Let me know if there's other folks watching in Germany, because I'm going to play a song called Altona, which was requested last week by Tim and Alla, and maybe Zern as well. And it's about a region of Hamburg, and at one point, Denmark, I think Denmark controlled Hamburg, or they were like really, really close by, or like whoever the people were who were up there before it was Denmark. And they considered that part of Germany, or whatever it was back then, to be all too near. And I believe, I mean, that's one of the stories of why it's called Altona, that like it's old Danish or old German or whatever for all too near. And this song was inspired by that story. All tuna, Zern says. And yeah, it's a song about intimacy, fear of intimacy, appropriately enough, but also kind of like a ghost story at the end, but like a ghost story where you want the ghost to visit you. All tuna all the time.
Why the sky isn't dark, track curses seal me in. I'll chase you around. Overreached my indistinction. Take a breath, start again. Could around as I was sleeping. Didn't start, would never know. All in lies and in suspicion. All in light and all in light. Fail us now, right today, often win. Fail us now, I won't stay, I won't stay. Softened up by no advances, the tone it is would set me off. Sidled off between the watches, so far gone. Steeled himself for not returning, reels as though he's showing up. He called me a liar for the first time in a long also known as, 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 also known as Altona. Reseal yourself in a warmer place. When the night settles in on the light, you'd stay to hold on to a familiar face, to have and not have. My heat is on, my lights are off. In the storm you can stay, you can sleep in the shop. And for all that you know, you're not making this song. But you cannot know. That's Altona. Altona. I'm not really sure how you're supposed to say it. Michael says it's one of your favorite PBS songs. Thank you, Michael. It is for me as well. I hadn't listened to it in ages because it's a bit of a trickier one to play solo. And Michael plays on it, and it's a beautiful swimmy soup of guitars. There's loads of guitars on it, so go and listen to that track in it. Darian asked before, and sorry I missed your question before, Darian. How many guitars do I have? You asked that last week as well, and I missed it. My apologies. I think here I've got this electric, this acoustic, which that one, the one I was playing. Got a banjo. Does that count as a guitar? A bass, and a Spanish. I saw a request for Where Is My Mind. I'm going to have a crack at that, but I'm not sure if I remember all the words, so if it falls apart, it's your fault. All of you. You're all implicated in it. Whoa, Fabienne Doiron's here. Hi, Fabienne. Some crickets. No really ugly mug this week, but there's a nice princess mug for me. But now I have to retune my guitar. Should have a look at some of these other comments while I'm at it. The Book of Love, that is a great request. I did actually play that for someone's wedding a couple of years ago. Kind of the Peter Gabriel version, as opposed to the Magnetic Field one, but it's a beautiful one. That will go on the list, Darian, for sure. And I see one for Half Awake. I will do that one. Good request. You get bonus points for requesting my songs. Take note. See if this works.
Go away, crickets.
Try this trick and spinning, yeah. Your head'll collapse like there's nothing in it. You ask yourself, where is my mind? Where is my mind? Where is my mind? Way out in the water, see it swimming. I went swimming in the Caribbean. Animals were hiding behind the rock, except a little fish. Talk to me, so tell me, coy, where is my mind? Where is my mind? Where is my mind? Where is my mind? Way out in the water, see it swimming. I can't remember who requested that one. Abby, maybe? I'm going to post that donation link one more time. If I can find it. There's so many little windows open on my computer. I wish I could show you, but I can't. It's secret. Is that going to work? I'm going to do Don't Mind and then Half Awake. Apologies if I missed anything though, because there's so many words coming at me, which is a wonderful thing. Hi Jose, nice to see you on here. Can I close that? I'm going to play Don't Mind for all of you. From the new album also. Strong words, few deeds. Tell me what a friend should be. Go again, roll the dice. Show me where my heart should be. Never mind if we see the day when it comes, it surely rains. More lights in the room. Too late. Lift the cup, lift the plate. If you don't mind, if you don't mind, if you don't mind, if you don't mind. It's out of my mouth, and was it reason pearls, or was it up in time? But you don't mind, 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 but you don't mind. Don't mind. Hi, Luna. It is a Wednesday date. Okay, I'm going to play two more. Half Awake, as promised. I'll finish with that one, but I'm going to do Mercy Street, which was a request a little bit further up. I don't remember who, when you requested it. This is what you get for getting up at 3 in the morning when you. Thank you. This is Peter Gabriel, or P. Gabes, as I like to call him. I'm going to do it with the plug-in as well. Looking down on empty streets, all she can see are the dreams all made solid, are the dreams made real. All of the buildings, all of the cars were once just a dream in somebody's head. She pictures the broken glass, pictures the sting. She pictures the soul with no leak at the seams. Let's take the boat out, wait until darkness comes. Nowhere in the corridors of pale green and grey, nowhere in the suburbs, in the cold light of day. There in the midst of it, so alive and alone, words that poured like bone, dreaming of Mercy Street, where you're inside out, dreaming of mercy. In your daddy's arms again, dreaming of Mercy Street, where you're inside out, dreaming of mercy. In your daddy's arms. Pulling out the pages from drawers that slide slow, looking at the darkness, word born word, confessing all the secret things in the warm velvet box. To the priest, he's the doctor, he can handle the shocks. Dreaming of the tenderness that tremble in the hips, of kissing Mary's lips, dreaming of Mercy Street, where down, dreaming of mercy in your daddy's arms again, dreaming of Mercy Street. Swear they moved outside, looking for mercy in your daddy's arms. Mercy, looking for mercy. Mercy, looking for mercy. Looking for mercy. Looking for mercy. And with the Father is out in the boat, riding the water, riding the waves on the sea. It's Mercy Street. Thank you so much to everybody who's contributed today. Like I say, donation links are in the text for the YouTube and the Facebook. You can donate by Interac in Canada or PayPal. Keep the requests coming. Even if you don't get something in the chat today, you can send me a message and I will certainly consider it. No promises. Oh yeah, we got some background singing for Jacqueline. That's awesome. I'm going to finish with Half Awake here. Hiya, Sarah. You did make it. Good work. So yeah, this is a request, Half Awake, from the last album, about just accepting when things are finished. I'll be back here at 3 o'clock my time next Wednesday, every Wednesday, and 10 o'clock my time on Saturdays in the evening as well. For more of a kind of campfire, improvised vibe. So Half Awake to finish. You are the best. Thanks again to Andy for coming on, playing some songs for us. Go and check his stuff out, obvs. And we'll see you next time. This is Half Awake. Does it mean something? Because it meant something. Let it go. For a while, but you watch it fighting to see if it's surviving. Make a pact, let it lie. More than awake, could only to say.
apart from feeling, set adrift on me. Let it go. For a while, she won't see. You're getting hard of hearing. Make a pact, call it dying. More than half awake, cold only to say it's not enough to stay. And you won't face the cold and dying, cold and dying, cold and dying. Thank you all very much. I'll be back soon. Promise. There was something, but it's completely vanished. Yeah, this means a lot to me to do these things. It's the best moment of connection I get all week. So thank you for being here, making it what it is. Thank you for all your comments. And oh yeah, I was going to do that. Oh no, you're so very welcome. You're so very welcome. Yeah, that's enough. I'll see you next time.